Hey everyone. So I know I've been kind of like MIA from posting on YouTube. I've been trying to keep up with the videos, but of course there's a lot of spiritual things that I have to get done as well. So I've been taking my necessary me time and doing what I need to do for self and for spirit. So I wanted to make sure that I come this week and post the videos for you guys. As far as the energy, I know things are opening back up. A lot of people are still kind of staying separated, as well as making sure that they are pretty much still watching out for themselves and taking the necessary precautions of still staying indoors. For me, myself, I've been consistently going out anyways because I've been having to deliver packages and mail off packages and even go to the grocery store or go get things for my garden that I have, and just doing those things like that or whatever, and just taking care of me. So I hope you guys are still staying safe, even though they've opened up, because I'm here in Georgia. So make sure that you guys are, doing your social distancing. If you wear masks, continue to wear your mask. Whatever it is that you have to do, make sure that you do it. So I'm pretty much going to open up. I've already pre-shuffled. So I wanted to see what the energy would be like for Monday. So happy Monday. If you guys are going back to work, congratulations on going back to work. If you guys already have found a new job, for those of you who have been without work but have been actively seeking work, um, congratulations with that as well. If you guys are just kind of like getting back to your new normal, then congratulations on that as well. So let's see what else the Spirit is saying. We do know that there is a retrograde that is coming as well. I'm going to make sure that I get these cards so focus, okay? Um, there's a retrograde that is coming, and yeah, so be prepared with that. There's been a lot of crazy things been happening. I know even with messages that I've been getting in my dreams. So I know a lot of people, I've been kind of like messaging them or whatever and just giving them a message. If they showed up, we talked about spirit, and boom, what comes up? The spirit card. Wow. All right. So obviously there is a message there for us with that. We'll even go into further detail and see what it is with the angel cards say. I'm gonna at least pull. Well, I can't say what I'm gonna pull because if spirit gives it to me to pull, then I'll just pull it. Of course, you guys know how I do. Sometimes it's off of intuition. Well, majority of it is off of intuition, but other things I'm just going with what the cards say. Okay, so we'll just look into that. Well, there's two of those that actually came out, and then we'll just three. Uh-oh. All right. So let's see what else is going on. Sometimes this can kind of tie into world readings, and then I'll just pull a self card. You guys are seeing the cards that I'm actually using. As you can see, I didn't take them out. I'm just pretty much going by whatever spirit says for me to pull. Then I'll just go ahead and pull that. And we'll get one card here. Just so we can see. Well, actually, two cards fell out. And I kind of will pull this for the crystal. As you guys will get the Erotic Wednesday readings. So I'm going to make sure that I do that for the Erotic Wednesday readings. If you guys want to know what cards these are the Crystal Medicine Oracle. And I'll pull two from there. Actually, yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and start and see what's going on. Okay. So the first card out the deck actually came, and I'm using the Energy Oracle cards. The first one, as you guys can see, my cards are very old because they get a lot of use out of them. Okay, which is the Sixth Chakra card. When they're being upright, is showing that either things can be out of balance. For some of us, things are out of balance, especially for those who are very, much spiritual and falling into that path. Listening to what spirit has to say for them. And if the third eye is out of balance, that means that your awareness is off. You're not seeing things for what they are, even what spirit is trying to say, but even also it can incorporate into reality. And just saying that some of those things that you might see may not always be what it seems to be or what it appears to be. So there's a place of confusion, but if you're stuck in a place of confusion or you haven't really ultimately got to that place where you need to be, you should be doing some third eye exercises, okay? And this will help you to enhance and open up those chakras. Also, make sure that you do find mudras and yoga positions that'll help you to balance out the third eye. Another thing for the third eye is aromatherapy. I definitely suggest that you guys can use juniper berry, and that also helps to open up the third eye. You can use mint, that helps up to open up the third eye. Rose, sandalwood, those are definitely good for the third eye as well. So be sure to use those things and just rub a little bit, pour a little bit onto your finger, and just start to rotate it onto the third eye clockwise so that you will be able to open up and see things clearly. Make sure that you even do mantras or affirmations when it comes down to your third eye. For those of you who are, in the position of where it is balanced, it does seem like you may be getting a lot of messages this week. So be paying attention. Use a journal, to keep those clairvoyant abilities open and fully extended to where you can write those things out that you see, whatever, because those are the things that will come to pass. So be able to write those things down so that way you can, as they come, you'll be able to go back and even see and reflect on that and see exactly what spirit showed you. Some of you guys are afraid to actually utilize these gifts and take action. So Spirit is saying now is the time to take action. Use those gifts that you have in order to be able to help someone else or even help yourself, because the messages cannot not are not only just for you but also could be for somebody else. Like I said, I have dreams and things like that or whatever, so I get some of my visions come through my dreams, and some of them come while I'm sitting up. So even when those things do happen, what I do is I'll go and I'll automatically just go ahead and go to that person and I'll say, hey, I seen you in the dream and spirit told me to tell you this, this, and that. And that person definitely be going through that particular thing at the time, and that message could be the very thing that stops them from either overindulging or overextending themselves in a certain or particular manner. So be able to give those messages, okay? Another thing is that, like, even when it comes down to plans, and it seems like this was flowing very beautifully. So at the end of the day, spirit is saying, like, whatever action, whatever course of action that you need to take, and if spirit has already shown you, you need to create a plan. Be able to strategize, be able to categorize things so that you can execute them the way that you need to. Don't sit on it. Go ahead and start doing what it is that you need to do. Write it down. A favorite message that I got from a brother of mine, who is actually my biological brother, he said to think is to put it in ink. And I take many messages from him, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship. He is a multi-millionaire he definitely is very big with business, and that's something that he taught me, was to think is to put it in ink. So write it down, create a vision board, do those things that you need to be able to complete your journey and log. And this could even be a message for myself, because sometimes when I'm looking at things, and this is a very general message, you have the keys to unlock the door. If you do not take that chance to unlock the door or even show people what it is that you have to offer, nobody will ever know. And then you're only blocking yourself from getting the finances or the things that you need to be able to do what you need. Or even if it comes down to spirit, you need to be able, this goes back into this, what we were talking about, and it's just saying, like, you need to make sure that you're writing those things down. Those things are very much of a plan for you, from spirit, to give you what it is that you need to do. Spirit is opening up the doorway yet again. Look, it's going back. We started at the beginning with saying, like, this was a spiritual message. And then at the end, here it is. This is the door to spirit card. Spirit will open up the doors as long as you are able and willing to take the necessary measures to do what it is that you need to do. They gave you the vision. They gave you a plan. You create the plan. You execute the plan. and spirit will take care of the rest. That's part of manifestation. The way the manifestation works is that when you create something, or you say that you want something, or you want to do something, one way to do it is to, one, you just can't write it down, you just can't think it and speak it and say it or whatever, because that's only part of the process. The other part of the process is to be able to do the physical part. The physical part is what's going to help you to manifest things a lot faster. So be able to do those things that you need to. Take the action, write down the things that you need to, and spirit is going to take care of the rest. Okay? So I think that message was kind of like pretty much pretty clear on things. I did pull from my fairy deck, and it is showing me a part of this is the dreams that you want to accomplish, things that the dreams that you want to achieve. What is it that you want for yourself? The very things that you want for yourself, spirit is saying like they're giving you a chance to fix it. They're giving you a chance to align those things. They're giving you a chance to open those things up to where you can live and actually follow through with the dream that you have for yourself, right? Don't just fall asleep. You see how she's sleeping or whatever and resting. Yes, sometimes we do need rest so that we can be able to get those messages that we need. But then you also need to be able to follow through with the dream. You also need a course of action. You also need a plan to the action that you need. That's that fire energy. Is to take that course of action, being able to leap without being afraid, not holding yourself back, not just being the dreamer, what we call like the Pisces, not being able to just be the dreamer, but also to execute the dream that you have for yourself. There's a lot of peace that comes with that at the end of the day. After you achieve and accomplish, you feel at peace. You feel reformed. You feel like things can flourish. But then that's also saying like this is also protected. If you see the roses in there, roses are signs of protection. It is also signs of love and passion that you have for this dream that you have for yourself, you know? And you look at the crane. The crane always to me signifies that there's a place of strength. But then not only that, but they are very much like um the birds of like, I go and get what I want, because I want it. I'm gonna get it. When they go on fishing, they're striving for something. There's a goal that's in mind. Go ahead and follow through with the goals. And they're saying that the dreams will come true if you believe. It takes the thought of belief and the course of action to be able to do what it is that you need to do. So now is the time to go ahead and do it. Stop thinking about it and dreaming about it, but really act on it. You can your very dream could take flight in the very things that you want or you desire. But then I also see that some of these might consider you to have a business partner, because I'm seeing that there's another person here. And with this other person here, this is basically saying that there is somebody who is pretty much on the same mind frame as you, or maybe somebody that you had in mind that you probably thinking, that would be good for the business. And spirit is saying like there will be two that you will actually be able to work with. You can make the wish come true. You can make the dream come true. Some of you might even be looking for investors, and somebody might just come and be the investor that you need to sow the seed in your dream and make it. You see how she's blowing out and she's blowing onto this what do they call it? A milk seed plant. And how as a kid you would just blow on it and it'll just flow everywhere or whatever, and you make the wish. And that's what they're saying, like when you make the wish, you make the dream come true by you doing the things that you need to. There is somebody else who is going to be present, which may be even two, because there's three people here. So there's one person there that's here, and then there's somebody else. So you may just have those people that might be there to help you flourish the business that you have as well. The frog is present here, which is showing that there is strength. Make sure that you rely on your strength. Some of the things that you might think are your weaknesses could be very much your strength. Okay? There's a transformation that's happened, because frogs are also about transformation. So there is a transformation that is happening. So you can transform the very thing that you need into something that you desire, that you need, that you want. And that's why that is there. Because there's a major transformation. Some of you might be going through spiritual transformations. I know I'm just coming out of one spiritual transformation, which is why I took my time off, because I really needed that. I needed to be in that space where I can just rebalance myself, heal myself, and do the things that I need to do. So I'm definitely seeing that that in this spread here. And then I'm also seeing that there are some things where um, might be lethargic. We go back into what we were talking about, with the transformations. And when I say with the frog being there, transformations, and with this card being the body card being in reverse, it's definitely saying like some of you guys need to take the time to rest. What I said at the beginning with her resting. Some of you guys, that rest is necessary. You might have been pushing yourself to the limit to pass your mark of where you wanted to be at. Now you need to be at this place where you can rest. And so then that way when things start to really flourish, you can hit the ground running and not be tired, you know? So definitely look at that. And some of you, might need to go with to the doctor or whatever and just have a checkup and just see what it is that's going on. Some of you, and I'm gonna just say this. Some of you might have had a miscarriage, and I apologize for your loss. But there will be what's taken away will also be replaced. So make sure that you're getting your rest. All right. Make sure you rejuvenate yourself. And then some of you guys need to, if it's being off balance, some of you guys need to go out in nature, go ground yourself, go earthing, maybe plant something like I've been doing. Do yoga outside. I did my yoga today and I've been doing it for my root chakra. So some of you guys, root chakras might be out of whack and it's causing everything else to be out of balance. Make sure that you ground yourself because that's very much important, but also connect to the earth energies, the earth fairies, the earth spirits, so that you can be able to be in complete and total balance. Okay, get some fresh air. Don't just be cooped up in the house, because at the end of the day you get the vitamin D from the sunlight, and you need that to discard old energies and to bring renewed energy in. You're gonna need to go outside. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll push these aside just in case if we need to refer back to them. I'll just put them over here. And then I pulled from the Soul Journey, which is the Self cards. The first card that actually popped up, which is forgiveness. So some of you might even need to be in that space of where you actually committing forgiveness. I will read the card to you too. It says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Then we just talk about how the chakras were saying, like, there's some places that might be blocked. So this is considering that this is the heart chakra. If you have not been in that place of actually being able to forgive, this could block off your heart chakra, but it could also block off your sacral chakra. Okay, so make sure that you bring yourself to a place of forgiveness. So not just for others, but forgiveness is for you. So forgive yourself too for even holding those things and holding it for so long and not being able to release it. And it could be something just really small. You probably sitting there thinking like, well, what could I possibly need to forgive? Sometimes we hold a lot of resentment for ourselves and not being able to do things or achieve things. This goes back to following your dream. Maybe you feel like you're not the place where you want to be at, and because you don't feel like you're where you are, or where you want to be at, you're being hard on yourself. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You have to make sure that you are being a person that is going to be the coach. Congratulate yourself, push yourself, encourage yourself, and make sure that you're doing that. That's a part of forgiveness. Okay. Um, Another thing I did see is like that the loneliness card came up. The loneliness card says that I know that I am never alone. So some of you who are maybe pretty much like outdoorsy people, love to be around other people. You're not introverted, but you're extroverted. So you guys might be feeling where this is really putting you in a position that you have to be at that place of self check and self reflection and actually really spending time with yourself and spirit, and you're yet feeling alone. So it's causing you some depression, but spirit is like, you are not alone. You have your ancestors that are around you, you have your spirit guides that are around you. You can actually call people, video chat with people. Make sure that if you're in this place of where it's making you feel more depressed or anxious, reach out to maybe to a life coach or to a therapist. All of us are doing online services, and so I always have my life coaching business is basically online unless someone physically pays me to come to them and actually sit there with them to do the actual work. But the thing is that you have to work on yourself. It's important for you to really be working on yourself and just really be in that space of just knowing that you are not alone. You actually have people who are there to encourage you, and even support you, even though it may not be physical, but spiritual support is really bomb, okay, at the end of the day. So we'll just leave those two right here. And then I pulled two from the Oracle deck. And the first card from the Oracle deck is saying, like, some of you, if you want to balance things out, if you want to change and reshape this energy and coming especially from out of this energy, you want to dance. Do some dancing. Dancing is very good. It really helps to rejuvenate you. It does get your energy up at the end of the day. It releases a lot of things. And so you see how like the feet are on the ground. You see how she's touching down. This is also good for the root chakra too at the same time. So whether you do it outside, the cowrie shells are showing that there is protection that is there. So you are definitely protected. So if you feel unsafe because the root chakra is about feeling unsafe, or financial distraught, or anything like that, you want to reconnect with earth, but also by dancing. Get out there and shake that energy up and also change it around in that way. Okay. um Yeah, there's a lot of green in here. So some of you guys might need to detox. I'm actually doing detoxing right now. And some of you guys might need to detox. Some of you guys might need to flush some old things out, and move past that and just start really reconnecting. With this blue in here, I definitely feel like there's water. This is an indication that the water needs to be drunk. You see how the ground is cracked almost a little bit. Shows me that you're being a little bit lethargic. And some of this is coming from you not being able to drink enough water. Water is your friend. We are made up of half percentages of water anyway. So you need that water in your life. Make sure you up and intake your water. Um, Another thing that I do see is that like it went back to see this popped up twice. So we not only had it here in the energy oracle, but we also had it here in the crystal oracle, which is showing that there's sure signs that you are getting messages and they are coming to you via your dreams or even while you're sitting up. Make sure that you're paying attention. Okay, they say the crystals. I will tell you the crystals that's on here that they say that really be good for you, especially for grounding. Boulder opal is good. Pyromite is also another good one, especially for things that are off balance. It'll help you. The other energy crystal that is here, which is a cathedral library, and that's good for the third eye. So take precautionary measures and use those things. You don't necessarily have to get those. There are plenty of other crystals too that you can get. But that's all I have for Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated with you or you got some bits and pieces out of it. Remember, it is a general reading, so this is not always going to be directed or geared towards your life, but it could be towards someone else's, or even there was something, a small message that might have been in there for you. I hope you have a happy Monday and enjoy the rest of your day. Love you guys.